Assalamu alaikum guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to start a series of videos on the theories of international relations. In upcoming days we will discuss about liberalism, Marxism and constructivism. Today's our topic is realism and we will discuss it about thoroughly. In today's world, everyone wondered why nations behave the way they do, why alliances are forged and broken, why conflicts erupt and peace is elusive. Realism offers all these questions. Realism offers us a lens through which to understand these complexities. It's not just a theory, it's a roadmap for deciphering the intricacies of international politics. Let's begin with what is realism in international relations and its significance. First of all, we will discuss its definition. Secondly, concept and with historical roots, types, and relevance in the today's global landscape. Here is the simple definition in international relations. Realism in international relations posits the primacy of power, state interests, and competition among nations. Now let's try to elaborate this definition into a broader perspective. Realism remains a central theory in international relations, offering insights into the motivations and actions of the state in the global arena. It provides a pragmatic approach to understand international affairs, focusing on power dynamics and state interests. Moreover, it perceives the international arena as anarchic, where states act in pursuit of their self-interest. After the definitions and understanding the basic definition of realism and its perspective, now we will discuss that who proposed this powerful theory. When we see the historical background of this theory, we found that realism traces its origin to ancient Greece and gained prominence in the modern era through influential thinkers such as Thucydides, Niccolo Machiavelli, and Thomas Hobbes. However, it solidified as a distinct theory in international relations during the tumultuous years of 20th century. Here we will see some other thinkers and authors who developed this theory with the passage of time. On the top, there is Hans Morgenthau, E.H. Carr, Keynes Waltz, Robert Davis, and Henry Kissinger. The most famous book, Politics Among Nations by Hans Morgenthau, published in 1948, it is the most foundational text of classical realism. And on the other hand, Waltz's theory of international politics, it is published in 1979. It is known as neorealism as a prominent theoretical framework. After having definitions and its origin and authors, now we will discuss the types of realism. There are three types of realism. Encompasses three standards which include classic realism, neorealism, and defensive realism. These all three standards emphasizes human nature, structural constraints, and states' inclination towards self-preservation respectively. At number 1 we will discuss classic realism. Classic realism, also known simply as realism, it is one of the oldest and most influential theories in international relations. It has emerged in ancient Greece and has evolved over centuries, as we have discussed before that it is originated from the Greece centuries, and it has contributed to the international relations very effectively and most productively. And here are the authors and the developers of these theories, which includes Thucydides, Machiavelli, Thomas Hobbes, and Hans Morgenthau. Now we will discuss about the key features of classic realism. At number 1, that it maintains the primacy of power. It focuses on mainly primacy of power. At number 2, it maintains state-centric perspective. And number 3, it discusses about human nature and conflict and the urge to have more and more power. At number 4, that it serves national interest. And at number 5, balance of power in between the states. And the third, that it is spectacle of idealism. At number 2, we will discuss neorealism. Neorealism, also known as structural realism. It is a theory in international relations that emerged in the late 20th century as a response to classic realism. It was primarily developed by Keynes Waltz in his seminal work, Theory of International Politics, that is published in 1979. It shares its fundamental principles with classic realism, such as centrality of state and power in international relations. However, neorealism introduces a structural perspective emphasizing the influence of the international system's configuration on state behavior, and it presents the world as an anarchic world in which state tends to gain more and more power and maintain its dominance over other states. Now we will see the key tenets of neorealism. The first, that it tells us that world is an anarchic world. It is not a peaceful place where state behave naturally. Rather, it is an anarchic world. The second is distribution of power. And at number 3, that it shares the fundamental principle with classic realism, that it tells about to maintain the balance of power in between the states. At number 4, relative gains. And at number 5 and the last is systematic effects, that neorealism emphasizes systematic effects on state behavior. It suggests that even states with different domestic characteristics will tend to behave similarly due to the structural constraints imposed by the international system. Now the last version of realism is defensive realism, and we will discuss it thoroughly. Defensive realism is a variant of realism that emphasizes states' primacy concerned with the maintaining their security and survival. It was basically developed as a response to the perceived shortcomings of offensive realism, another standard of realism that focuses on state pursuit of power and domination. Defensive realism has been influential in shaping both academic discourse and strategic thinking in international relations. It provides a nuanced understanding of state behavior in international systems, particularly relation to security concern and alliance formation, and it also navigates the complexities of the anarchic international environment while seeking to ensure their own security, survival, and stability. Now we will discuss the key characteristics of defense realism. At number 1, that it maximizes the security of the state. At number 2, it talks about self-preservation. At number 3, balancing behavior. And at 4th, risk aversion. At number 5th, regional focus. And at number 6, cautious expansion of the state. After discussing realism and its 3 variants, classic realism, neorealism, and defensive realism, and after discussing their characteristics separately, now we will see the implication of this theory in this today's world. In today's interconnected world and globalization, realism continues to exert considerable influence on international relations, theory, and practices. It informs policymakers' calculation to calculate their decisions and their interest, and also strategical positions and interest, alliances, and foreign policy decisions. Realism offers a sovereign perspective on the complexities of the global politics, emphasizing the enduring significance of power, state interest, and strategic competition. It also enables policymakers to measure or to understand the decisions of the other state or the international system to protect their interest and to dominate over other states. As we see in our daily life, the world grapples with the contemporary challenges from security threats to economic uncertainties. The insight gleaned from realist theory provide valuable insights into the dynamics of international affairs. Dear students, we have completed our topic over realism in international relations, and now in our next video we will discuss about liberalism, and we will discuss all of these aspects and its implication in our daily life and in the international system and how it influences our states and policies. Thank you for watching my video, and for more videos please stick to my channel, and please do subscribe and like and hit the bell icon button for more videos. Thank you so much.